know I said I wasn't going to be going back. I'm not going back and forth, but I'm still going to voice my opinion at the end of the day, and I should voice my opinion of the day. If I'm quiet about this, these guys will go around, other people just like him and other people are going to go around cheating customers at the end of the day. And it comes down to the customer being able to get a fair deal on buying a screen paint product. Man, the more and more I read through these websites, the more and more I see more disturbing stuff, as in all kinds of things they should not be doing and frauding the customers. First things first, this is a product that's not even tested. I'm curious, real quick, because I don't like to say things without saying they're true or not, but we did go through page after page after page, and we did not see anything showing these products were properly tested. One of the problems that you have with darker products, and I mean very, very serious problems you have with darker products, if you don't test them out properly, is they do not work on knockoff projectors. They have issues with knockoff projectors. They come up extremely too dark, and the light source usually is on a knockoff, doesn't generate high enough to work on darker screens. I had a fellow of mine who tried to do this on darker screens. Like, that's why you don't see these knockoff projectors with the Dark Star 9. You don't see them with the gunmetal. You don't see them with the gunmetal technology because sorry about that. The gunmetal technology won't support this because the projectors don't work. They don't show up on darker, more higher technology screens. But the return policy he has in here is not good because there's a number of things that can go wrong with a black screen paint. This is why tests are important. He couldn't troubleshoot his own products because there's no test. And usually when you're dealing with knockoff projectors, which they are a dime a dozen everywhere, these are projectors that do not work on darker screens. I've had customers come back and tell me, look, I tried using this on a darker gunmetal, it wouldn't pick up. It didn't pick up on ours. We don't pick up on it. And darker screens are plagued with these problems. Not really, like I said, a problem, but it's like a cheaper projector won't work on them. You have to have a cheaper name brand will work, but the knockoffs won't. So what's going to happen with right here with this problem, say somebody has one of these knockoff projectors and they buy this product and it doesn't work. They're going to sit there and come back at him and say, look, I want my money back because you don't have any policies on your website stating that this projector is compatible with this product. Actually, there's nothing there at all, period. That's one of the things why we have that on there, because one of the problems I first ran into on a knockoff, literally had a customer come back and say, hey, the screen doesn't come up. And I look up and the screen's not there. It's not coming up. And then I ask what projector they're using, and they name the projector. I go buy the projector, do the demonstration, and it happens on my end too. And that's where I realized, oh, our stuff doesn't work on these projectors. So that's why we put the detail list in there with all the projectors we tested and own, and did the detail list of projectors we have, what will work and what won't work. And that's how we have our list, because we had to test all those different projectors to make sure they worked. So this person has not done enough projectors to know what will and what won't work with his product. And if you don't have, and we don't support knockoffs, anybody with a knockoff will buy this stuff, get it home, screen's going to come up too dark, and they're going to complain. What does he have for the return process? So right here he says, no returns, no exchange are provided. We appreciate your understanding. There are so many things that can go wrong in that situation. You should always have an exchange policy just in case. One of the exchange policies we had when we had a silver product, we had it set up so if you basically, we know people didn't read the instructions, they never do read the specifications. We know we had a few people read specifications, I'm sorry, but we had some people don't read specifications. You just hit the button, boom, pay for it and be done. And then the projector doesn't work, and then basically they'll scream at us and stuff. I was like, no. We put the information right there. I got demonstrations where projectors don't work. We did a research on it. It doesn't work. This is your fault at the end of the day. And it would be their fault at the end of the day, not mine. But trying to make sure, because they paid money for the paint, that they got something that worked, we would either develop a silver product for them that would help, or we would go in and basically just ship out for free a can of our silver products for free. Now, I got exchanges. I got videos of me doing exchanges of repainting people's screens. As a matter of fact, I went so far on exchange, I actually bought someone's projector, the 8-man, did the demonstration. It didn't work on our screen here at the shop, and it definitely didn't work at their place to show them that their projector was basically not going to work on our product, even though we got this long argument back and forth, and he's trying to tell me, oh, it's a 4800 projector, it's 1080p, it's going to work. I put it on my white wall. Yeah, those projectors work on white walls and light gray screens. They don't work on darker screens. Trying to have this conversation. Bought the projector, got it down here, did the demonstration, sent the video, and he still wanted to argue with me. I said, okay, we're done. Block. That's it. I ain't going to help you with this one. But anyway, Yeah, they actually don't work. So one of the problems he's going to run in here too. I should have never said anything about it because I didn't say anything about it. He's going to go in there now and put in a list of projectors you support. Literally, you cannot do that unless you have proof of the projectors that you've used on YouTube, showing that. Because if someone comes and say, okay, what about this? What about that? I can pull this one, pull this one, pull this one, pull this one, and show that it works. We have enough testing under Venue, just covers just about everything. I've had from Panasonics to Vivitech, you name it, we've had them already in here. We've got Pico projectors, short throw projectors, we got them in here. So you have to have all those projectors for testing because you have to know which one's going to work or not. Yes, right here, Parte, we call you that, and then the day your name is Danny. You don't own the right to that. Show me a copyright showing you own the right to this name, then you can call yourself that. He doesn't own the right to that name. Does not accept returns, except in situations where Danny is at fault. So basically, if you're showing the product is defective, basically it's a little chunky, something doesn't mix well, it'd be one of those things, discoloration, stuff like that, and you can show proof. This is why you need batch numbers. This is why we have batch numbers, because we can show the product being properly mixed. We had a guy come and say, oh, it wasn't properly mixed. Dude, in the video, you see me sitting there with a cement mixer for a good about 30 minutes mixing this stuff. So that's canceled out of the claim. Saying that the product doesn't work, we do all testing right there, so that way we have a backup on everything, just in case we have to go to court on this. Stuff like that. So if you don't have a batch number on there, basically your customers can literally come in and say anything and get away with it because you have nothing there to protect yourself. This is just to protect yourself. So basically, they're saying only if they're at fault, if the product shows it's defective. That's kind of what they're saying. We are happy to replace your order with the correct product once we have validated the order details. They send you the wrong one. That's what they're saying. We want to have a great purchase experience, but if you do not receive what you purchased, please contact me, so on and so forth. Well, the problem you have here is that you have a lot of dark products in there. We know why you've removed the gray. You've removed the gray for the simple fact because we said we're going to do testing against gray paints, and you feel that you get the darker ones, the chances of us matching that. No, we got dark paint, so we can literally match that stuff again. So you're still not out of the clear with that yet. But anyway, what happens with you using a darker product only if the customer is using a knockoff and they don't work well with darker screens? They don't function well. Then what? That's not actually a wrong color. That's basically a projector that's not compatible. And since you don't have a list of projectors that you only work with and putting out a clear understanding of doing demonstrations of what knockoff projectors may look like on your product, you basically lose a PayPal claim very easy. Extremely easy. As a matter of fact, any customer can come in and keep your product and basically get their money back at the exact same time. They can just claim that, hey, I have a projector here, I use this, so and so and so. PayPal doesn't care if it's a knockoff or not. You have to prove that it's a knockoff. That's why we have that policy in our site, because we can say, look, this is what we support in this list. If it's not on that list, we're not responsible for it because we have it on a list, and we can show projectors that were tested. This is why it works. This is what happens if you use it on the screen. This is customer testimony. There you go. That's why you got to have all that in there. He's basically setting himself up for a serious downfall by having it in there. We no longer accept cancellations unless we receive them in 24 hours. Well, that doesn't make anything. That's just canceling out what you just said after you just canceled out. If you don't accept them, you don't accept them. Oh, well, we're not going down that road. It's just too much work. Okay, it's tracking number, all that stuff right there. It's just usual formality. But this right here, along the return policy, basically the only way you can get a return is you can show the product was defective. What if the projector is not compatible? Because you're going to have people arguing. That's a nightmare. I'll tell you why. You're going to have people arguing every single knockoff projector. Well, what about this one? Well, what about this one? What about this one? What about this one? What about this one? It never ends. It'll never end. Literally, it's best to go in and do a list of projectors tested against your product. I'm not talking about tested as in dark environment, poorly lit, with some freaking I don't know, C lines or whatever, splash screen. I'm talking real demonstrations with contrast levels, test demonstrations with white surface, demonstrations on white surface versus your screen with low lumen projectors. Going to use you're going to use color patterns, all that stuff to show exactly if these projectors are going to work correctly with that particular screen paint. You have to do all that. But he has no testing under his products. These are, and calling your product PSP, again, it's a gaming system. Like literally, it's too close to being a gaming system. I don't know why some people don't think that out when they do stuff like that. Let me see real quick. Is there a video here yet? No, there's no video showing you how to do the application. Gee whiz Louise. This is a very complicated application I want you to put in, and there's no video. I mean, at least you can get a visual understanding about what the freak you're doing. It gives you a better understanding, but that's not even there at all, period. There's supposed to be a video here. No video. All right, whatever. Okay, moving on. Reason what's making. Maybe people say, well, why don't you buy it? Yeah, we got a problem here. He literally said he made this stuff from scratch. That's not, I work with chemicals all the time. I buy my stuff over the counter. I know that stuff is tested. Anything we get over the counter, we know it's already been tested, been to a flash zone, whatever. If you're telling me you made a product from scratch, who the freak knows what's in that stuff at the end of the day? Post office is not going to like it. No shipping carrier is going to like it. Because they're like, what do you mean you made it from scratch? What the freak you got in this stuff? Is this stuff even tested? Have you got proper authority to even sell this stuff? What kind of chemicals were you using at the end of the day? Show me some licenses. You better be showing licenses and permits at the end of the day. You don't mess around and get yourself in trouble. You need to remove that off your site, because that's extremely dangerous. I wouldn't touch this stuff with a 10-foot pole because I don't know exactly what may happen. I might open up a container. It might implode on me. I don't need that nonsense being struck in the face with a metal lid or basically a plastic or whatever at the end of the day. I don't need it. If you're saying you made it from scratch and it's not over the counter, that's dangerous. That's like saying, hey, I made you some medication. It's not over the counter. Would you put that stuff in your mouth? No, you wouldn't. What do you mean you made it? It's not over the counter. What's in this? Like, is this tested? Is this Food and Drug Administration been through this? Like, no, you're not going to do that. You want to see test results. Show me something where this has been in some lab somewhere where they say this stuff is physically safe. Anything could happen. If he's just mixing whatever. Can't put stuff in there like that. That's dangerous. For anyone sitting there saying, oh, nope, that's habagosh. Nope, right there. I'm not lying. Our premium screen paints are made from scratch, not over the counter. You do know that when you go to Home Depot, Lowe's, any one of them stores where you go buy stuff at, and even Amazon, all that stuff is over the counter. It's been tested. There's no way in the world you can sell anything at Home Depot, Lowe's, or get a contract for them to distribute your stuff unless you can show any kind of proper paperwork this stuff has actually been tested. They won't touch it. Gotta show some kind of proof or something. All right, let me see. I don't even know what the freak this means. If he launched it now, then why will be waiting for offer again? That doesn't make any sense. Your site is crazy. It's like watching the freaking Alice in Wonderland in French. If you know French, you're good. The rest of us who don't know, we're screwed. But anyway, you have it right here. It has launched, but then you have it over here that the product line not a PSP will offer again on the 23rd. What is coming on the 23rd, and why is it offer again if it's already offered right here? That doesn't even make any sense. Oh man, this site's a mess. Let the emotions get the most of you. See right there, emotions. Letting emotions get the most of you. That doesn't work well. That doesn't bother me. Look, he named it the Legendary, Leviathan, and the Sugar Plum Fairy. That shows at the end of the day, for them they think it's funny, but this right here, you let your emotions get the most of you. Now, I can't wait to see you make it. I really can't, because we don't even have ours made yet. We don't even know how we're doing. We do know how we're doing ours, but things change down through time. We may convert it to something else. But again, I would love to see all the testing. Hopefully your testing match ours. That'd be nice. So we look forward to that. Anyway, yeah, all black paints. Dark gray, charcoal, black, and we have gray. No, sorry, dark gray. So he removed out all the light products because, again, we want to test that against, light paints. But he removed those out because he knew he was going to match. But these right here, we can match. Glit actually makes a color that matches just about all of these. So that's not a problem. But the issue we have here, because these are darker mixes, these are definitely not going to work on a form of, they don't work on ultra short throw. None of these work on ultra short throw. So already that's eliminated. But if you got a knockoff projector, you hit one of these, you're not coming up. And what you're going to do is you're going to file a complaint against Mr. Danny and say, hey, look, I bought the product. It says it's not as described. It's not working on my projector. And they're going to say, is there anything on there stating it doesn't? No, it's nothing there. Nothing at all. Not one thing stating that it doesn't work with my projector. So they're going to believe it does. And you're going to get hit with a fine. I'm going to hit you with a chargeback or something. I'm going to hit you with. All right, let's see if we got some tests on these products. I'm going to go over here. I guarantee we're going to bring, I'm not putting Part T in there because that is not your name. And for those who are sitting there saying that is his name, no, it's not his name. It does not belong to him at all, period. Does not belong to him. It actually belongs to a fellow over in the UK. It belongs to him. Copyright research. Go over here and pop over here. Click on here for copyright research. Go click on here for records. Go right to the very top. Right down. Let me see. We need record search. Make sure we got this right. Copyright record search. There we go. You have to put it there. Interesting. You can't put it there. You literally have to put it here for them to bring that little option up. And there you go. See right there in this little area right here? Right there. There you go. This is where you can search anything you can possibly think of. I just come here for fun sometimes. And I just look up companies and stuff like that. You know, stuff like that. Check out stuff like that. So that's why I come here. So we come over here and we'll take Partay's name right here. We can't put the apostrophe in there if that's not yours. Go over here, hit copy. So anyone hears me saying that, oh, that's his name? No, it's not. Let's see. Let's go over to our search file. Right there's a search file. Put the name right in there. All right. And then all we have to do is hit enter. And these are the names that pop up first. Right here. All right. Come over and click on the first one. It'll be this one right here. This one. Let me back up a little bit here for you. This is the first one that comes up. I'm going to click on number one right here. Let's show you what pops up. See if the paints come up. No. Type of work, sound and recording music. So this is actually owned by somebody over in London, England, who owns the rights to this name. These are the list of music that he has at the bottom. And let me see right here. Yeah, this is his music. It's the name of a recording studio right there. Electronic filing right there. And we have his phone number too. They post a phone number though so you can contact them. So all I have to do is call this guy up and say, hey, look, this guy over here in the United States that's basically claiming to be you, and he's basically what they call that at the net is a similarity, which means if you design something that causes confusion among consumers, that looks too much close to another product and could cause some confusion, he gets claimed with a lawsuit. And a very serious one too at that. And keep in mind, because it's over here, they can have you extradited over to the UK to face basically charges. And their laws over there are a lot different than ours. These are public records right here. Let's go back here. Let's check any one of these. All of these, every single one of these are his. Every single one. Not one of these say anything about screen paint products. It's all about music. Can't take what does not belong to you. So your name is not registered. Now, that's the end of that. There's his music right there. So anybody wants to come in the room and ever say, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. His name belongs to him. No, it doesn't. It doesn't belong to him. It belongs to a guy in freaking England somewhere. That's the one who owns that name. He doesn't own that. The symbol in the front that he has, that's not even his. That actually belongs to something called, now we know the name doesn't belong to him. What about the symbol itself? Does that belong to him too? No, it does not. This actually belongs to a airline company. Search there, or we can do the search right there. There you go. This is who owns the symbol over top. The symbol is owned by International Air Transport and Transport Associations. They own the right to that. He doesn't own it. So he ripped them off and took that for himself. Interesting, isn't it? Yeah. So we're not surprised that he rips off images. This is what he does. He steals people's stuff. What about the labels themselves? Well, labels don't belong to him either. Labels are actually ripped off too. Let's go over here, hit the back button, Google search, see what pops up. See anything over here that says anything to do with him? Not a thing. Look at the PSP. That pops up under something completely different. He ripped that off too. Let's come over here and let's do the search at the top so you can find an image that pops underneath him. Nothing at all. Oh, you can back check my freaking labels. My labels pop up. They're mine. They belong to me. I got my license and registration with every single one of my copyright labels. Anything else that we have on it is called a dummy label. I already explained that one already. Been did it already, explained it already. Move on, move on, move on. Been there, done it already. I can back myself up 100%. Can you? No, you cannot. So since you can't back it up, that means you stole it. All right, so the label's not his either. Now let's see if any of the products are tested. Can we find any tests on the products anywhere on YouTube? Let's come out of here. Let's see if there's any proper tests. Mind you, when you do testing, you have to have at least 10 to 15 videos. These videos can last anywhere from an hour to 3 hours long. They're a long test. So can we find anything? This is the dark gray. We're not going to use this because, again, I said at the end of the day, I'll add that in there because that is not his name. That name actually belongs to somebody else, which that is a stolen name. So we can't use that. Humble Beginnings. Humble Beginnings as ripping off people's freaking artwork at the end of the day, and Humble Beginnings from stealing someone's name over in the UK is not a humble beginning at all, period. And then on top of that, in the picture of Humble Beginnings, he doesn't own that either because his picture, his paint is what it's called. His screen paint's not in the gymnasium that he claimed he did an installment. So that's not there. Shipping policy is a mess. Already with this stuff already from the door. No. For those of you who sit there and say, well, no, I'm not doing the back and forth thing. But I'm going to come on here and expose people for not doing their job. That I am going to do. Because it's not right for any customer at the end of the day to be cheated, he or she, on trying to get a proper screen paint or whatever, whether it be a projector, and if it's just a projector, yeah, I'm going to put it on blast. As a matter of fact, I might make my own podcast channel when I get set up, basically outing companies at the end of the day. That should be outed. And anytime you want to check out my technology to see it is real, you can come to the showroom. I'm going to start making my business to buy some of these projectors and bring them down for testing. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to start a channel on that one. Buying these projectors when they go out and testing them. Not doing the freaking YouTuber yes men test where you're going to go, oh, it looks fantastic, even though we got the lights on and the windows are shut, half shut. No, none of that. I'm talking about actual testing on these products. Put them in a real environment. All right, so what we got here on Danny's products on testing. Right here, looking for the polar or polarized PSP Premium Screen Paint Dark Gray test. Nothing. That's the guy who made free screen paint. That's us at the end of the day talking about how we can't find any tests on his products and we're still looking for them. No test. There's another one right here talking about the Danny's PSP paint mixes are not found. We can't find any of the tests. That's somebody talking about something completely different. That's somebody talking about something completely different. Actually, that's the PlayStation 3. Told you I was going to pop up on that thing. Nope, no testing underneath that. Moving on. First three that pop up should be showing some kind of testing. So there's nothing there on this one. On the dark gray, no test at all. It's an untested product. So those of you who hit this with anything else, if it doesn't work, then guess what? You know why. Oh, let me see. Let's come out of here. Let's grab this one right here. This is the Charcoal next. One was a dark gray. Let's go over here. No pictures. Oh, we got some pictures right here at the bottom. Let's see if we have any test on this. Now you got time to take pictures of this and write an entire paragraph, and I can't call it a specification sheet. We call them cheat sheets because there's stuff missing off of it. Let's see, but why didn't you do any tests on this stuff? Come out of here. He must be fighting his fish. Oh, you're doing battle with your fish for Hanukkah. Hanukkah. Let's see right here at the bottom. Let's see what we got here. All right, looking for tests on the next one. This is for the Series A PSP Premium Screen Paint Charcoal test. That's what we're looking for right now. Any tests on this product, anything that's going to pull up. Let's go have a look. Let's see what we have right here. This is an old demonstration right here. You know why? Because look at the date. That's from 4 years ago, so that can't be in this product right here. This is right here. We have supposed to be the Series A. This is it right here. Dude, you're in the dark with this. How are you supposed to be the king of in low light? Oh, gee whiz Louise, already. And that's not even a test at the end of the day. It's nowhere near a test. Not even close. Stolen image. Can't use that, buddy. And the name's stolen. So right now, you got your screen sitting on the floor. You got your window blocked over here. It's completely dark in your environment. And you have it under low light. Low light is not a test. Anything can function in low light. Literally. Anything. Gray screen paint, sorry about that, can function in low light. Any form of house paint will function. A white screen can function in low light. That's nothing. That's not even impressive. We got lights on here anytime in the demonstration. Nope, it just gets darker. Nope, 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 no, 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 nope. Oh, my goodness. He's going to match gray paint on so many levels. It's not even funny. So there's no test at all, period. All right, moving on. There's nothing but a screen sitting in the dark. See, this is what you need to do. If you're going to do a demonstration on a screen, see my screen right here? See how I'm outside? That's what you have to do. Be outside. Or basically do some demonstration. You have some light in the environment. Not sitting in the dark. See? Look, easy. Fully lit environment, 720p projector. Gee whiz, you ought to do demonstrations better. Gee whiz, that okay. Now I told you he comes back and he makes these products over and over again. This is also a series black screen from 4 years ago. Look how washed out the black levels are on that guy's shirt right there. I guess he's trying to do the demonstration like the sun killer, I don't know. So look at this screen. Screen is completely washed out. The sad thing about it, when people make these screen paints, just because they can see an image, they consider this to be watchable. No, that is washed out. And wait, how is this a black screen? What the freak? This is what I'm talking about. People don't do anything right at the end of the day. I need that screen to switch over. Look at that. All washed out. That's all washed out. Let me bring this up a little bit too close on this. So you can see this right here. Come on, act right. A little bit more in there. Don't fight with me. There we go. See right here in the shirt? All this is washed out. See that ashy look to it? Can't even see this beard correctly. This is all washed out. What is going on here with his shirt? He's supposed to have a pocket right here, right? And it's supposed to be a collar here and here. Can't see it. It's all completely washed out. That's all gray. So that washed out. And here we go again. Same thing. Same ashy look to it. Washed out. And then you got it on this little tiny screen. Why is it on this little tiny screen right here? How come? See, this is what I hate when I do these demonstrations. I do fully lit environments. They stick it on a much smaller screen so that way they can compress the image tighter together. Why don't you just make it on a much larger screen so you can take in 10 times more light? This is all washed out. I don't know what's going on in here. This is completely washed out. Look at this, all washed out. Gee, but Louise, what the heck was that going on in that section over there? Hold on. Really? Seriously? Where do you guys get the idea? Why do you post these demonstrations? These demonstrations are awful. They're absolutely awful. What is going on back here? I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be land somewhere back here somewhere. You can't even, you can't see the sea foam. This is so washed out. It is not even funny how washed out that is. See where the black is at? See that ash? It'll come up better on the colors, but this is all washed out. And the black can't pick up, colors definitely ain't reading. More ash. This is all ash right around the screen. For a screen size this small, you should be picking up a little bit better than this. Look at this. You can see a little bit of the water here, right here, completely washed out. This is all ash. All right, this is awful. This is downright awful. Okay, let me see over here. Here. Let's see. Yeah, I have no idea.
There are a lot of eloquent words to describe.
Gee whiz, that is so washed out.
But they're just
that is really, really washed out in there.
The key 89. Key to reshape the baby move. Key. Movement that inspires.
Well, that was disappointing.
The brand story.
Definitely disappointing. That was really washed out. This is somebody else doing testing on rear. This is us at the end of the day. Let me see. This is us. This is definitely us right here. That's us right there. Let me see. I don't know what he calls himself doing right here. This right here is a different form. This is 4 years back, so you know that it's not even the screen paint he called himself making now. There is no test under this product. The only demonstrations we're pulling up are 4 years back, and that's it. That's me right there. There's no way around you. That's our technology. Your screen's not supposed to ghost. It's not supposed to have that ashy look to it. It's supposed to be clean all the way across. See, from corner to corner, clean. Even when the contrast levels comes up, clean. And my screen's actually sitting next to the ceiling with a light hitting in the middle of a doorway. So it's supposed to be clean. You don't want all that ash all over your screen. See that bird sitting there? All that window light back forth? It's supposed to be clean. Nobody wants an ashy screen. Look. Right in the doorway. That's why I said these paints need to be tested. This is absolutely horrible. I hope no one has it on their wall. That's absolutely horrible. Let's move on because I got some things to do today. That's horrible. He has no testing in that product. All these are from 4 years back. That has nothing to do with anything new. Let's go over and let's grab, let me see. Let's grab another one. This was the charcoal. No testing, need that one. Last one we have over here is the black. Let's see. Yeah, no ultra short throw compatibility. Doesn't work on ultra short throw. For those who think I'm joking, no, they don't work on ultra short throws at all, period. That's a huge red flag. I don't know how a screen does not operate on ultra short throw projector. Remember when I sit there and I said out of my mouth, if I mention certain things, that he does it automatically? Remember I said about what's the lowest lumen count that you can use on this, right? Told you. You'll watch as I come in here. It's some call, what I don't know what you call this in the day, change out from things I'm saying to him. Recommended for 2,000 lumens? Are you kidding me? That's nothing. That's too easy. Really? You wreck best results with two? I can pick up at 1,000 at 19 feet from a screen. I could do that outside if I want to. Recommended for 2,000 lumens and above. That's pretty. It's not even low at the end of the day. 2,000 lumens is nothing. I could drop that at 1,000. I could drop that 1,000 at 130 inches at 19 feet. Matter of fact, I already did it already. In a fully lit environment. 2,000 lumens is nothing. This is not going to be promising. We can't even drop. If you're talking 1,000 lumens, if I put this in a room next to Old Faithful, this is not going to show up on Old Faithful because Old Faithful is 1,000 lumens. You're not going to pick up on that. Oh, yes, like I said, I'm going to test this regardless. It got to be tested. It's just too much stuff going on with this, man. This is way too busy. I mean, we got it. It's not running with ultra short throw. It's major red flags with that. 2,000 lumens, that's it and up. That's all you can run. No, there's something wrong with it. There's definitely something wrong with it. And then on top of that, we can't until we figure out exactly what's in this stuff because we don't know because this guy's claiming he made it from scratch. And we don't know what the freak could be in it. I mean, some of the weird stuff I've seen him put in paint so far, I don't even trust this stuff. So if you sit there and say, oh, my stuff is not dangerous, well, you just literally said you made it from scratch. And if you're not buying it from over the counter, which everything over the counter is tested, then I don't know what you have in this stuff at the end of the day. Who knows what it's going to do in the process of shipping back and forth, or how it's going to affect in the cold, or how it's going to be affecting the heat. This stuff can be based on, it could catch on fire. Anything could happen. I'm not just trying to put theories out there that are saying that it's not false, but you made a chemical by scratch. And to get people into that zone to understand what I'm talking about, is like, would you buy medication from scratch or would you buy from over the counter? You buy something from it's made from scratch, you don't know what it's made out of. Just like, the only thing that comes good when you're saying it's made from scratch is food. Oh, I made this from scratch. Oh, okay, it's got to be good. It's made from, it's not store-bought. It's not, that's the only way something comes good from scratch. Or anything like that, you're talking about chemicals or something like that. Oh, I made these brakes from scratch. Oh no, they're not certified, they're not tested. They're just basically I made it from scratch. I'm not putting that on my car. You lost your mind? Yes, the last thing I need to do is just go into an intersection and my brakes don't work. No, that's not good. I think he tried to come off like a big company and try to make it sound like, we don't deal with over counters or stuff that's made from scratch. No, you can't do that, man. It's not as well as chemicals, you can't. That's real dangerous. So you're going to have to show some kind of safety material, data sheet, something where the product's been tested, it's been to a flat zone, somebody's done something with it. And that's not hard to do, to tell you the truth, because people make cosmetics, they make soaps, detergents, deodorant, people make their own organic stuff at the end of the day. There's a place you can go to, and if you're making it from scratch, they'll basically test it there, and they'll basically give it, they'll test everything, and they'll give you that chart and let you know if your stuff is legit and it's good. And you can take it to some company or whatever, and they may buy your product. There's places you can go to get all that and test done. Or maybe he's not making it from scratch, and he's buying it over the counter and says he's making it from scratch and making it something that it's not. All right, this is what we're looking for. We're looking for the black. We're looking for any test underneath this right here. See, you guys get mad at me because I question you. You know why I have over 9,000 demonstrations on my site? It was 9,000? No, over 8,000. Over 8,000 demonstrations. Because I've had to back my product on every level you could think of. Not just you jokers, not saying jokers, talking about the two individuals. Not just you jokers in the day. I've been dealing with trolls all my life. Ever since I first started my company, I've been dealing with trolls at the AVS Forums, Projector Central, all those different places. I had trolls on here, trolls on there. I've had trolls in my life the entire time when I was in this business. You have to back your product. You can't walk into a forum site and talk trash. People want to sit there and they want you to be able to back it up. And I've done demonstrations live on camera on a live feed in forum sites and still back my product up. So this is why when you guys do that dumb stuff at the end of the day, that's why I'm laughing on camera like, oh yeah, I'll do it, no problem. Let's get this started. You get me all hyped up, I'm getting like that. You know something's going to be wrong at the end of the day. Something's not going to go right. I've done this. All the stuff that you guys are giving me at the end of the day, I've done it already. I've literally been there and done it. Let's go check it out. See if we can find anything on this black paint. Nope, ain't nothing there. Because this fellow right here is not about you. That's definitely not you. That's definitely not you. That's definitely not you. That's definitely not you. That'd be us. That'd be us again. That'd be us again. There's somebody else who called himself making a black paint, but it came out looking gray. Because you know why? Look at the paint. Look at the handle on the stick. That's black. That's gray. Let's see, it's us. That's us again. And this right here has nothing to do with the product you have here because this is an A, and that would be a C, and that would be 1 month ago. So there's no test on any of your products. No test at all. No videos, nothing at all. Well, what about you, Mr. Bird? What about you? Do you have tests on your products? I want to know. You talk all this crazy stuff on camera. Can you back it up? Can I back it up? Let me see. Let's see. Let's try 1,000 lumens. Here we go. 1,000 lumens. I'm not even going to name my company. My company's not even named up there. Not even going to name the company. 1,000 lumen projector outside 13 feet. Let's see. Boom! Shakalaka. All me. 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 Yeah. That product you talking about, you have to use for 2,000 lumens inside. I can do 1,000 lumens outside at 13 feet at 1,000 lumens. If I stuck your product out there to get crushed. Oh, just because I don't have an outside here, I have friends at outsides. I can take you over there and I can test you out there. Oh my goodness, I forgot about that. Wait to see the test facility I'm building. Basically, to test out new technology to make sure it works even more crazy than it does now, I'm building my own test facility. It is going to be madness in there, absolutely madness. Actually, what I want for the perfect outdoor screen, we're going to outdoor testing up there, but the test screens for ambient light, we're going to actually work with screens in a greenhouse. You know how hard it is for a screen to operate in a greenhouse? There is windows literally everywhere in that place. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You guys are afraid of those tests, but again, yeah, there you go right there. You said your product only works at 2,000 lumens? Buddy, that's 1,000 lumens outside. Now, for those of you who are saying, but that's a small screen. Your screen's sitting to fit. No. Do you have any idea how far when you're at 13 feet on a projector, 1,000 inches, you're actually at 100 inches at 13 feet, probably about 106 inches. So based on the demonstration, we're doing an oversplash. You can't see it because the screen is hitting around here. The only thing that's picking up is the screen in the middle. That's why we did it that way. So basically, we're doing 100 inches at 13 feet. The thing is, only thing you can see is what's being hit. So when that projector is taken off at 13 feet, it is no longer 1,000 lumens. It's way lower than that. So that means that surface right there, it's hitting about, if the screen is about that big, that's what it'll be hitting. But since that's the only piece in the middle, that's the only thing that'll pick up. Isn't that quite impressive? So if you're telling me your screen paint only works up at 2,000 lumens inside, our product would crush you easily. And this is old technology. We could do this easily outside at 13 feet at 1,000 lumens and pick up crystal clear. You have to show your products are tested. Anytime I get somebody to contact me and say, hey, look, is this going to work in a fully lit environment? We can show one of these demonstrations. And we did it at 1,000 lumen outside. Have to show your product is tested. Testing is very important. Testing allows you to build specification sheets. Testing allows you to troubleshoot your products. How are you going to troubleshoot your products if you haven't tested them? The customer pretty much is going to be doing more of the testing than you are. Not good. All right, well, let me see. How much time do we get into this right here? All right, we're good about this time. I got to go. I got things to do. I got to get cracking jacks, and I got to shave, cleaned up, shower, shave, whatever, boom, 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 boom. And I got to meet up with these people so I can see what I'm going to be doing over here. Got to go. Thank you all. Make sure the product is tested before you buy it. I tell you at the end of the day, look, I'm not hating on these people at the end of the day. They have to test, okay? I got to test. Ask me. Ask anyone. At the end of the day, you have to test your products. If you don't test them, how do you know exactly how they're going to react and how they're going to work? Hey, we already got a perfect example of somebody who did that already with a house paint and matched 2 of them. Didn't go well for them. You want to end up in that situation? Keep on doing that dumb nonsense. So 2 things, actually a couple things, 3 things customers need to ask for. Number 1, what's the difference between your product and a white screen? Because again, you don't want to end up basically painting over a screen and you really don't see any difference, which is going to be pretty messed up. Number 2, you want to make sure that product doesn't match any house paints at the end of the day. You do not want that. Find out you just spent $90 to $60 or $300 or $400 for a screen paint, and it ends up matching some black paint or gray paint at the end of the day. Make sure they can do the side-by-side demonstrations. And most important of all, which I should have made number one, make sure that they can provide tests of the product before it ever launched. If they're doing tests after they launch, you're in a lot of trouble. And like I said, people like to bring brakes up on this because people drive, you depend on your brakes, don't you? Your brakes, you depend on your brakes when you drive, right? It's the most important thing on your car is the freaking brakes, right? So imagine you just bought some brakes and they go, no, we didn't test them. We're waiting for you to test them. Yeah, that's kind of frightening, isn't it? All right, there we go. Or for those who don't drive at the end of the day, imagine if you're on a plane and they take off and they say, hey, see that wings over there on the plane? They've never been tested. Yeah, that'll freak you out for the day. There we go. That's why things have to be tested. Everything in your house is tested. That grill's tested. This wood over here has all been tested. These lights all been tested. These windows are all tested. That aluminum siding's tested. Trash can's been tested. Glass has been tested. Everything in this section has been tested. So how come your screen paint doesn't have to be tested? There you go. Gotta go. Be safe. God bless. Yeah.